Hey y'all, it's Chris and we're back again with a very short video this time. So I did a mod recently. I upgraded the OEM diff plate and rubberized diff bushings with an upgraded diff plate with upgraded solid titanium diff bushings. So one reason why I did this, well maybe two. One reason is the OEM diff bushings are rubberized and they typically crack. I'll put a photo on this side of the screen of what the OEM diff plate looks like, and also a photo what the cracked diff bushings look like. So people have this issue. They usually upgrade to polyurethane. I think it's like a slightly rubberized, slightly hardened diff bushing, and it's to prevent the cracking, but it's also a bit soft, so it doesn't give you like that rough ride as what the third tier of diff bushings give you. So that third tier is what I just did. So I did the upgraded diff plate with two solid titanium diff bushings. So it gives it a more like rigid ride, and I'll also put a photo on the screen of what that setup looks like. Yeah, so it gives it a very rougher ride, very rigid. It's supposed to be a bit more track oriented to some degree. But what I really want to talk about in this video is two sounds that come about from solid diff plates with solid diff bushings with the upgraded diff plate. So one of the sounds that it makes is the car will hum slash, it has like a humming slash whining noise while you're driving. So if you're at low RPMs or you're coasting, you'll hear like a humming noise. In a second, hear that humming. Love that. I know you hear that. The other noise that it makes is it makes very audible clunking noises. I know some people on Bimmer Post talk about this and they're not too happy with that noise. So I will prefix my explanation with, if you're gonna do a solid diff plate, solid diff bushings, be prepared to have a more race car feel to it. It's not gonna be it's not impractical, it's not uncomfortable, but it makes noises that you might find to be a bit more jerky. So let me explain the clunking noises. If you are at a red light and you're taking off from a red light, you're gonna feel and hear a clunking noise beneath your seat. That's one noise that comes up, or that's one way the clunking noise happens. The second one is if you are changing from reverse to drive, drive to neutral, reverse to neutral, whatever. If you're changing that, you'll feel and hear the clunking noise beneath you. The third one that I can remember is if you're coming down a hill and you're coming to a stop at the bottom of that hill, like a red light, so you're braking, you're in second gear and you're braking. When the car either auto downshifts to first or you manually downshift to first, you'll feel and hear that clunking noise beneath you. So anyway, I'm gonna try to put some videos here that'll kind of show what it sounds like for those two noises. Let me know if you can hear it, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Yeah, so like I was trying to explain earlier, so when I put it in drive to reverse or reverse to neutral, reverse to drive, whatever, there's like a very audible clunking noise. So I'm gonna drive forward a little bit. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna put it in reverse. I don't know if you can hear that clunking. Reverse a little bit. Come to a stop. I'm parking. Come to a stop and put it on neutral. Just like a clunking noise. It's hard to explain. Hopefully it comes up in the video. All right, let's see if you can hear the clunking noise when I pull off. I don't know if you're able to hear that, but it's like I know you hear that. A little clunk when I get back on the gas. So I'm gonna get up to a little bit and let off. Let me get back on it. Real quick, I want to explain. So there's actually a third sound that happens with this upgraded diff plate and this, upgraded diff bushings or solid diff bushings. And that sound might be a bit concerning. It's actually like a banging sound. Some of you might find that a bit concerning, but let me explain how that happens, when it happens, and the frequency at which I've experienced that happening. So imagine you are at the top of a hill. You're at 30 miles an hour and you're on some kind of like incline, and you're coming down a hill and there's a red light at the bottom of that hill. So you're preparing to stop. Let's say in automatic mode, you're in, third gear or something like that. And at some point, the car will downshift automatically to second gear and eventually it'll downshift automatically to first gear. That just happens when you come into a stop, right? Now, if you hit the brakes at the same time as when the car goes from second gear to first gear, it's like you're going to hear that banging noise. I don't think this happens very frequently. However, I've had this diff plate for about 1 year. I've done 2 track days with it, and I don't think it's happened every time I've driven it. It's more so where I'm driving it. So if I'm in a hilly area, such as I think New Jersey has lots of hills sometimes. And yeah, it just happens when I'm rolling down a hill and I'm hitting the brakes at the same moment as as the car downshifts. I just want to explain that real quick. I don't think it's concerning. I haven't looked under there. I don't think anything's broken. However, it is quite audible. And I'm going to try to simulate what that sounds like just for the video. It's kind of something like this. It sounds like 2 metal objects banging against each other, and it only happens once. It's not like a stuttering noise. It's not like this. Not like that. It's just quite loud. I think if you have the windows down and it happens, you'll hear it pretty well. Your passenger will hear it and be a bit concerned. That's what my girlfriend was. But anyway, just wanted to explain that real quick. Do with that information what you will. All right, so I just want to recap here really quickly. So again, it makes humming noises at both low RPMs when you're coasting and at wide open throttle. And it also makes clunking noises when you are, downshifting at a red light, if you're taking off from a red light, if you're changing from neutral to drive to reverse, whatever. And as for how it felt on the track, I think it felt a bit more rigid, but I can't really remember what OEM felt like. Overall, the car is a bit more jerky, I would say, but you get used to it. It's an F82 with a DCT transmission. It's not going to be the most comfortable, and I think at some point, if you're looking for a comfortable transmission, you should probably look at a ZF on a 440 or G80 or whatever. So anyway, peace.